We're here at Azeka, which is now Tel Azeka. It's a ruin of Azeka, which was once a fortified city. And the first reference we see to Azeka is in the book of Yehoshua, in which he battles with some of the southern kings there. But the most popular place where we see Azeka is with the battle between Goliath and Bnei Israel. The Pelishtim, who Goliath is heading, they are all encamped between another city and Azeka. And the whole battle is kind of being looked upon by the Pelishtim from Azeka. And the event that occurs between David and his slingshot and stoning Goliath is visible by the Pelishtim from Azeka. And so, realizing that they were defeated, they begin to retreat.
שאול ואיש ישראל נאספו, ויחנו בעמק האלה, וילכו מלחמה לקראת פלישתים. פלישתים עומדים אל ההר מזה, וישראל עומדים אל ההר מזה, והגיא ביניהם. ויצא איש הביניים ממחנות פלישתים, גוליית שמו מגת, גובהו 6 אמות וזרת, וכובע נחושת על ראשו, ושריון קשקשים הוא לבוש, ומשקל השריון 5,000 שקלים נחושת. ומזחה נחושת על רגליו, וחידו נחושת בין כתפיו, ועץ חניתו כמנור אורגים, ולהבת חניתו 600 שקלים ברזל, ונושא הצינה הולך לפניו.
This is a little bit long. It has its own meaning in the story. When we want to understand who is this Goliath from Gat, and he comes, before he even opens his mouth, just the numbers and the amount and the size of this thing is scary even before he starts saying anything. Here we go.
ויעמוד ויקרא אל מערכות ישראל, ויאמר להם, למה תצאו לערוך מלחמה? הלא אנוכי הפלישתי, ואתם עבדים לשאול, דעו לכם איש וירד אליי. אם יוכל להילחם איתי והיכני, והיינו לכם לעבדים. כי אם אני אוכל לו והכיתיו, והייתם לנו לעבדים ועבדתם אותנו. ויאמר הפלישתי, אני חירפתי את מערכות ישראל היום הזה, תנו לי איש ונלחמה יחד. וישמע שאול בכל ישראל דברי הפלישתי האלה, ויחתו ויראו מאוד.
So, what happened? They arrived here, got to this place without Shaul doing anything. Goliath screams at them as he's coming down from Sochol. Let's say he went down, he's somewhere there on the southern side of the valley. People of Israel on the northern side of the valley, just, how much is it, 300-400 yards barely in between them. He screams, the other side trembles. They're not doing anything. And then the story takes us to somewhere else.
ואיש בימי שאול זקן גד אנשים. וילכו 3 בני ישי הגדולים הלכו אחרי שאול במלחמה, ושם 3 בניו אשר הלכו במלחמה, אליהו הבכור, ושניהם אבינדב והשלישי שלמה. דוד הוא הקטן, 3 הגדולים הלכו אחרי שאול. ודוד הולך וישב מעל שאול לרעות את צאן אביו בית לחם.
We're told who David is and who the 3 older brothers are, and what David is doing, and then 40 days this has been happening. 40 days that family members have been coming and going, bringing food to their family, and they're hearing about this, which means the word is being spread. Everybody's trembling and afraid. David is arriving, and here comes the surprise. 40 days, nothing happened.
וישכם דוד בבוקר ויטוש את הצאן על שומר וייסע וילך כאשר ציווהו ישי. ויבוא המעגלה והחיל היוצא למערכה והנעו במלחמה.
David arrives. He's innocent. Didn't do anything wrong. Right? He comes. And exactly when he came and said hi to his brothers, this is happening again. Is this the 40th day, the 45th day? I don't know. It's been happening. And it seems as if it's the first time David hears about it.
וישמע אליאב אחיו הגדול ודברו את האנשים ויחר אף אליאב ודוד ויאמר למה זה ירדת ועמי נטשת מעט אסון ההנה במדבר אני ידעתי את זדונך ואת רוע לבביך כי למען ראות המלחמה ירדת ויאמר דוד מה עשית עתה לא דבר הוא ויסוב מאצלו אל מול אחר ויאמר כדבר הזה
So David hears the rumors, and what happens is he starts getting interested in what's going on. This young guy arrives, there's something interesting. His brother comes up and says, "You again? You hear the you again? I know you. you're not really here to help me. You're here because you're this curious little child that wants to see the war. And of course, David is quite offended. And he keeps on saying, David is actually mentioning what's going on. It seems as if no one else is daring to say, maybe I can do it because they don't want to be chosen. Shaul hears this and says, David, you're just too young. You can't do this. David says,
גם התהליך, גם הדוב, כעבדיך. היה פלישתי הרי הזה כאחד מהם חלף, מלאכות אלוהים חיים. ויאמר דוד, אדוני אשר הצילני מיד העלים מיד הדוב, הוא יצילני מיד הפלישתי הזה. כמו שאמר דוד, לך, אדוני יהיה.
but he's a shepherd, a child. No weapons. Nah, you can't go like this, right? So, this is one of the most important parts here. Shaul is giving David his armor, his equipment, everything. It's an amazing symbolic moment because it's going to happen. Not only will he receive the daughter of the king and become close relative, as a relative of the king, he will also become the king. פסוק ל"ט, ויחגור דוד את חרבו מעל למדיו, ויואל ללכת כי לא ניסה. He says, this isn't me. I don't know how to do this. Okay, I got this armor, I don't know how to move. I've never done this before. Wrong size. It doesn't fit my way of moving around. This isn't me.
ויאמר פלישתי אל דוד, הקרב אנוכי כי אתה בא אליי במקלות, וכלל פלישתי את דוד באלוהיו. ויאמר פלישתי אל דוד, לך אליי ואתנה את בשרך לעוף השמיים ולבהמת השדה.
When Goliath sees someone with no shield, no armor, not even a sword, he's walking with this little stick that he pushes the sheep with, and that's it. He said, come on, we're playing the wrong game.
והיה כי קם פלישתי וילך ויקרב לקראת דוד, וימהר דוד וירץ מערכה לקראת הפלישתי.
I want you to notice the difference in the verb. Goliath walks, David runs. He's lightweight, he can move much more swiftly and quickly. And that's exactly the advantage he has. The only advantage he has. So we have a swift young person that will become a king in a moment, and he received everything ready for him to become king during this story. If he was anointed before or after doesn't really matter at the moment, because he can be symbolized as the king, and all this happens right here in this valley in front of us, and we can actually see how all the Plishtim are on these hilltops looking at this battle, and of course they don't have binoculars. They're standing up here. What's the only person they really see? Goliath. They see Goliath. They don't see David. It's this miniature little thing somewhere down in the valley. But they see Goliath falling. And they suddenly hear this roar of the people of Israel enjoying what they just see. And the Plishtim start deserting everything and running to the west. Which means what we get from this point of view is, first of all, how deep into this land the Plishtim come unharmed, with no problem. And how in this little war of independence, we'll say, Yisrael pushed them back home. So that it's a few miles in total, but this is the shifting borderline between Israel and Plishtim during the centuries before. From the days of David, the Plishtim will be squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. It will take centuries, but the Bavlim will get rid of them at the end.
It really deepens your kind of imagination and conceptualization of war, because it's something that we can't relate to so much. So being able to stand up here and to look down and imagine the vast expanse of grass and trees being filled with soldiers, with Pelishti soldiers, and just imagining being able to look down and see the giant Goliath suddenly falling on his face, and the fear that must have brought out in the Pelishtim who are watching it from afar. It's that kind of really tangible, like emotional heartstring that being here physically really gives to you.